Hi, I'm Noah, and I'm roasting one person who passed away in every year of the 20th century. Today I'll be roasting three-time presidential candidate, 1925 loss, and a man who, in this picture, looks like he's singing some sort of frog opera, William Jennings Bryan. Despite having a political career that spanned over 30 years, Bryan only ever won two elections for the House of Representatives, and then after he was 35, never held elected office again. Bryan really is one of the most remarkable politicians in American history. In order to have his type of influence, anyone else would have needed some voters to like them. Bryan first ran for president in 1896 against William McKinley and engaged in a massive tour of the country to reach out to voters, whereas McKinley largely stayed in his hometown and had people come to him. Bryan's personal touch really made an impact on voters, so much of an impact that he lost the election and it wasn't particularly close. Bryan once said that the fact that black people had made progress since being brought to the US forcibly by white people was proof that white culture was superior and should be a sufficient argument in support of white supremacy. Personally, I think that comment is a sufficient argument in support of the idea that Bryan was a racist jackass. When then President Theodore Roosevelt invited black educator Booker T. Washington to have dinner with him and his family, Bryan described the dinner as unfortunate to say the least because it would cause racial acrimony to have the races mixing like that. Obviously, the dinner was controversial, but I wouldn't say that it caused acrimony. It's not like Washington was having dinner with someone really terrible, like Bryan. When Bryan died, a group of Ku Klux Klan members in Tennessee burned a cross inscribed with, "In memory of William Jennings Bryan, the greatest Klansman of our time," although it should be noted that there's no evidence that Bryan was ever actually in the Klan, and in private, he wrote about it disapprovingly. That being said, if people who actually were in the Klan think of you as the greatest Klansman of our time, maybe you could have disapproved of it a little more publicly. Bryan was also a famous campaigner against the teaching of evolution, both because of his firm belief in the Bible and on the basis that social Darwinism, the belief that the strong in society should triumph over the weak, was wrong. Bryan had a very sincere belief in the dignity of the ordinary person, no matter if they are poor, uneducated, or oppressed, just so long as they were a person and not black. Alright, please consider donating to help the family that I sponsor in Gaza. If you'd like to support me or watch bonus videos, please check out my Then let me know who else to roast, and join me next time when I'll be roasting longest-serving president of Harvard, 1926 loss, and a man who looks like a character in a Jane Austen novel that ends up engaged to a coal-burning oven, Charles William Eliot.